You know, this country is very interesting. I don't know where you want me to start. The other day you were telling us here K for constant. K. Hey, now I think we are in that other K you said then.
Yes.
Now, before you get to that K, let's start with this one. Oh, you know, Kenya has grand ideas of football. We want to host the Afcon Pamoja Bid 2027.
Yes.
We have closed Kasarani. We are building Talanta. And we are renovating Nyayo here.
Yes.
Okay? Sasa, in that process, World Cup qualifiers, they are coming. We are playing Ivory Coast. But who else? We are playing Burundi. My friend, we have nowhere to play.
Which is just very unfortunate. Because, remember last year when you were having this discussion about the closing off of these two facilities, of especially Kasarani.
Yes.
And of course, actually, in retrospect, we should have even remembered and spoken about and pointed out that what will happen to our home matches for qualifiers for World Cup.
But already we were banned. No.
Yeah.
Hold on. We already couldn't remember when this bid was coming up. I kept saying, guys,
that's true.
As it is, we cannot host a game in Kenya. One game. How are we going to host Afcon? So we already didn't have a stadium.
Yes.
So then somewhere along the way we said now we are doing Afcon and then we are doing Chan. Then we said no, our games will be in Nairobi. Now our games are going to what country?
Lilongwe.
Yeah.
There's something I've realized about this country of ours. We are what is it called? There's a quote that captures it. The road to mediocrity is usually paved with at least. Umeelewa hiyo?
Yes.
The road to mediocrity is always paved with at least.
Yes.
At least tunaweza fanya hivi.
Yeah.
At least we tuko na nini? Tuko na Kipkeno Classic.
Like there's a car.
Tutacheza Nyayo. At least. Unaona sijui kuna national trials zinafanyika wacha tupeleke Ulinzi Sports Complex. Yet of course it's a facility that is not recognized. So even the timings that will be there italeta a bit of kizungumkuti.
Yes.
We should have of course appreciated the fact that we had a very busy calendar in 2024.
Yep.
We should have said, look, this is our priority list. Yes, we want to prepare these facilities for 2027 Africa Cup of Nations as the host country, but there are other engagements that require immediate attention and the fact that they need facilities to be used. So what can be done within that period of time that can have tick all the boxes in terms of ensuring that the global federations can say, yes, a football match can be played there. Yes, an athletics competition can be played there. We have the qualifiers coming next month, Wokabi. Burundi, Ivory Coast. We have denied Kenyans the privilege of watching the Africa Cup of Nations Champions 2024 on Kenyan soil. We have denied them that privilege. I would have loved to go wherever the game would have been staged and just Ivory Coast, the mighty elephants in Nairobi, a few months just after winning Afcon.
The experts may argue we are caught between a rock and a hard place. So on the one hand, we didn't have any stadium. That's why we couldn't host games here. That's why we played. Who did we play in? Is it Mauritius? Who did we play in Ukombali? There's some country we played. Seychelles, Mauritius, someone.
Yeah.
So that's why we did that because our stadiums, we've been told you guys cannot host a game anywhere. In Kenya, you can't. So we said, let's do our best. And we are hosting Afcon, so we will build stadiums. But the stadiums Kasarani has to be done now. Talanta has to be done now. Because we have to find a way and do it now for the Pamoja bid.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, what do we do? So our two choice, Tanzania have a game, Uganda have 2 home games. So and then Lilongwe.
And you see, Wokabi, once again I go back to that point of foresight. Because you have pointed it out very clearly. Kasarani, of course, it had to be closed off completely.
Yes, because as it is, it couldn't qualify.
Yeah.
So we didn't have a stadium.
Yes.
So
the only other best option was Nyayo.
Even that one failed the CAF test.
But now what should have happened is we should have asked ourselves, the games are in June. That's 6 months. What can be done within that period that will have to play the games here that required immediate attention?
Yes.
That's something we should have simply done. 2023, we should have sat down and told ourselves, because Wokabi, bottom line, yes, Nyayo is going to be closed off. But priority would have been, okay, fine. Just do consultation. Ask CAF, okay, fine. This stadium has not been accredited, has not been approved by CAF. What was missing? What can be done within these 6 months?
I am pretty sure we have got FKF president telling us that Nyayo is closer than Kasarani. I'm sure we have that on tape. I'm sure when we interviewed him, because we've done twice in the last 1 year, I think there's one of them where he told us Nyayo is much closer to being approved.
Then that should have been expedited.
And because it's basically you need a ticketing system. You need the turnstiles that count how many people go in. You need, of course, the floodlights. You need the dressing rooms.
Yes.
You need what else? The thing that the tunnel so that the players can go in and out. So I remember I can vaguely recall him saying we are not far off getting that Nyayo. So maybe we should have started all these plans by saying, guys, where are we now? What do we need? As a country, we need the Olympic trials, National Athletics Championships, Kip Keino Classic, World Cup qualifiers. What stadium can do all these four? Nyayo National Stadium. So what does Nyayo need to do Kip Keino, to do Olympic trials, to do National Athletics Championships, and to do the World Cup qualifiers? Let's start with that.
Yeah.
Bang, bang. And also, it's one of the venues for Chan. Remember?
Yes.
So, what can we do with those 5 things? The easiest is to build this. So, we go to Nyayo and we do all those corrections.
Yeah.
So, we renovate here, put on... If we started that in November last year, when we got the rights and we know Pamoja Bid is coming this way, or last year sometime, I don't know that it was November. By now, which is May, 6 months, we would have done a bit of those things.
I think we'd have ticked a lot of boxes. Because Wokabi, let me tell you, when Kenyans decide to do something and they really switched on and they focus, of course, you have to light a fire under their ears. Yes. We will do it. You know why I'm saying that?
Yeah.
2016, remember the drama we had with the Olympics? We almost not qualifying because of the anti-doping bill.
Yes.
Remember?
Tulifanya kazi haraka.
Kila kitu. When we realized at when the Olympics, they shame. So, unfortunately, the fear of embarrassment is what usually...
It's the fire we need.
The fire we need.
On our behinds.
So that we're able to do things as required. Which is unfortunate. Because, Wokabi, think about this. You're not going to see your national football team play Ivory Coast in Kenya.
And you are spot on, Bernard. You're saying, look, prioritize this thing. Let's make Nyayo okay.
Yeah.
Once Nyayo is okay, it can do all those things. It can host Chan, it can do the World Cup qualifiers, it can do Kip Keino, it can do Olympic trials, it can do National Athletics Championships. That's Nyayo. So in 7 months, leave everything else. Focus on Nyayo. Finish. Because that means we've got a place to play all our World Cup qualifiers. We've got a place to do Kip Keino this year and next year. And next year there's World Championships. So we are okay with Nyayo and it can do Chan. So close it from November to May this year. Everything is set. Then once you leave us with Nyayo, turn around now. Do your Kasarani. Do your Talanta Sports Stadium.
And now let me tell you a very interesting thing, Wokabi. Because remember, I'm trying to use a different analogy. When you're doing your assignments in uni or even in stuff, of course, you know the term is going to end at a certain point in time. You need to have done your assignments at a certain point in time. So, of course, procrastination, we all have struggled with procrastination. But there are very simple solutions sometimes that help you to reduce that pressure when it gets closer to the day. So you tell yourself, okay, for example, you're supposed to do a 50-page or 40-page assignment by the end of the semester. And you can't be able to do it in one night. You don't do the best of jobs, of work. So it's very simple. You tell yourself, by the time the semester starts, maybe semester was how many weeks? 7 or what? I can't remember.
Semester is almost like a term.
It was almost like 3 months.
Yeah.
January, Feb, March.
Yes, something like that.
Or April, I don't know, 4 months. I can't remember.
Yes.
So 4 times 4, those are 16 weeks. What can you tell yourself? If I do that assignment the last week, it will give me a lot of pressure. So what you do is very simple. Do 3 pages every week. That is manageable.
Yes.
3 pages every week. Manageable. This pressure that we would have given ourselves within this period of time to ensure that Nyayo is able to host all those events that you've mentioned. By the time we are switching to Wokabi, we would have done almost a third of what is required for us to do by the time 2027 in Africa.
Yep.
And that helps us to realize, you know what, we can actually finish what is required to finish before the deadlines that we would have wanted to achieve. Because Kasarani's, what is it called? This place, Atlanta Sports City, should be done by 2025. And you see, you have a clear example. You'll be like, tell the contractor, listen, we have redone Nyayo in 5 months. We've made it to be World Athletics approved, Confederation of African Football approved within 5 months. We want this facility finished by next year, mid 2025. It's possible because it puts pressure on us, and psychologically, it tells you, hold up, we can actually do these things. Because Wokabi, think about this. This is such a booming construction industry in Kenya, apartments are built in how long? I know, of course, you can't compare the two, but
I know, especially for the renovations,
yes.
bit Bernard.
You know,
You are
yeah.
like just to put those changes
It
at
can be
Nyayo,
done.
then you make sure you've taken care of the immediate need. The immediate need is we need one stadium, like you said, CAF approved, World Athletics approved, everyone approved.
Yes.
We have that one. Then now you go to your medium term, which is Kasarani, renovate Kasarani. That's your medium term. Then your long term, Talanta.
Yeah.
By to end of next year, we are good now. The sports ministry, they said they appeared before the National Assembly Committee of Sports. The PS, Mr. Peter Toom, he said, the ministry has invited the CAF inspectorate team to conduct an inspection of the stadium. CAF inspection team has confirmed they'll be in the country in 1 or 2 weeks to inspect Nyayo National Stadium again.